Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Venom Let There Be Carnage Venom figure. I was on the fence about getting this figure. To be honest with you, I am perfectly happy with this Venom movie figure from Marvel Legends, but I gotta say, just while looking at it in package over here, aside from the new accessories, I'm seeing some stuff that looks a little better than the last one, so I may not regret this purchase. We will find out. Anyway, nice looking logo right over here. On the side, you can just see a little bit of symbiote goop dripping around. It says Marvel Legends right there. You can see Carnage and Venom on the back of the packaging. You can see some more symbiote goop, seeping all the way throughout. And there's Venom right over here. On the top, it says Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here is the Venom figure out of the packaging, and I gotta tell you right off the bat, I am very underwhelmed. I am quite underwhelmed with this figure. I regret making this purchase already. I gotta be honest with you, there's not a whole lot going on with this, and I would normally say something along the lines, well, this is for those who missed out on the first Venom Pull Build-A-Figure Wave version of Venom, and now here's your chance to get it. But you could still buy that other Venom figure easily. It's like only 25 bucks on eBay. I just checked. It's not hard to get a hold of. There's still online retailers that are selling that first version, and the added accessories with this figure right here, it's just not making me feel like I bought a huge upgrade or this is like an exceptionally dope figure. Now, there are cool things about it for sure. We'll get into that, but for the most part, just to tell you, I'm not really stoked about this piece. Anyway, let's get a closer look at those new accessories and then we'll get a closer look at the figure. So just like the other version, we get two Venom heads, we get two sets of hands, the clawing hands, fisted hands, and then we have these two tendril head pieces, which actually is the reason why I'm so disappointed with this figure, because these do not have bendy wires in them. Now, I will go ahead and, give Hasbro, an olive branch here and say, hey, look, yeah, I can see how these Carnage tendrils are a lot thicker in some places, but they could have given some parts of it bendy wire. Like, there could have been some. None of these actually have the bendy wire going from the very, very end to the very, very bottom of them. There's always like a little bit of a spot where it's not functioning there. So they could have put like a partial bendy wire. No, couldn't they? It's sculpted well. The paint applications actually do mostly look clean. I have a little bit of a scuff on this eye right here, so that sucks. But the red and the teeth cream color looks pretty good, It's like a beigeish cream color. This head looks pretty nice. No jaw articulation or anything. And again, the way it's sculpted looks nice. I highly recommend that when you first get this, you hold the figure upside down, heat it up with a hair dryer, and while still hanging upside down, cool it with a hair dryer. You should have a cooling button on that hair dryer so that you could get it into shape. So you could see the before, and then here's the after, and it worked out pretty well for me. So I highly recommend you do that, because at first the positioning of these is just really whack. And I really wish you could pose them around, but you can't. You can't, Hasbro. At least they're unique to each other. And at first I thought we had a hinge on this ball here, but no, you don't. Which I'm actually kind of glad you don't. You just don't get the kind of room that you would need to make that actually be worth anything. When you plug these in, they do look really flush on the back, so I do appreciate that. That does look cool. We're going to talk about veins more in just a minute, but comparing the veins on the hands right here, you can see a difference, in the thickness of the veins right there. So that is cool. And you can see a color difference in those veins as well. There's a slight bluish hue to it instead of it just being totally white like these ones right here. See the difference in the hands? Just ever so slightly, ever so subtle. I really think Hasbro could have thrown in a new head sculpt here. Maybe not more head sculpts, but at least a new head sculpt. Now the teeth right here look terrible. I'm very frustrated with that. On the first version, they didn't really look so good either. I mean, the sculpt is fine. I don't have a problem with the sculpt. It's just the paint over both sets of teeth looks really bad. Probably worse on the newer one. So that's frustrating, you know, because this came out pretty sloppy. It would have been nice to get a newer version with cleaner teeth, but no, we don't have that. The eyes do look better. They added this subtle shading around the edges on the eyes, so I think that is cool. I do like that attention to detail. And then swapping to the tongue head, teeth came out a bit better. Yeah, so I don't have a problem with the teeth on this one. And again, we get that nice subtle shadowing around on the eye. So that does look cool over there. Comparing it to the other version, you can see the hues of pink are absolutely different and everything. So not only is that different, but the veins are different. You could see that they made them a lot smaller. I remember seeing people in the comment section when I reviewed this that they didn't like how big and thick and white the veins were. And I didn't have the biggest problem with that. I do have to admit that it does look a little better with the smaller veins though. So it is a little bit more film accurate here on this next version. So that is cool. They have a little bit more of that bluish hue to them. Also, the color of the figure itself is a slightly lighter shade of black. I do like this more glossy, darker black color, to be honest with you, but you could really tell the difference when we're a little bit farther away, right? So, and I'll switch sides in case you think it's depending on where I'm holding it, but yeah, you can see how this new one right here, it's a slightly lighter color. Also, so you can see the back veins right there, they didn't skip out on that, so that's all painted. So that looks pretty cool, you know, you can see the difference right there. From, you know, the abs down, there's just really nothing different about the figure at all except for the color plastic, you know. So they didn't change it to pinless or anything, which doesn't bum me out. I just really wish it had some kind of, I don't know, maybe like a midnight blue shadowing effect throughout or something to make it pop. I have this purple light on in the background still. Sorry about that. But yeah, there shouldn't be any, you know, the figure doesn't have any purple on it. If you saw any purple on it, it was because of that light I accidentally left on. But it would have been nice if they added that paint detail to the figure. Kind of bummed out they didn't. I was hoping they would. But did he even have that in the movie? Am I just thinking comic book art here? Maybe. So it could just be a personal preference instead of, you know, a more film accurate Venom. So literally nothing new with the articulation. I'm not going to go over that. So there's nothing really to discuss about articulation at all. But to measure out the figure, you can see that, I guess, you know, to the top of the head, it's around 8 inches. It goes a little bit higher with those tendrils back there. Then here's the Venom 1 figure next to our Venom 2 figure. And I will admit that while I'm not excited about this figure, it is an upgrade compared to the first version. Like, even taking these off, putting it right back there, you could see the two of them side by side. This is the better looking figure out of the two, right? I don't know. That's what I think anyway. And then for a Let There Be Carnage Venom figure comparison, you can see our new Marvel Legends figure next to the SH Figuarts. And I'm not the only one who thought there should have been some purple on here, right? They obviously went with the dark blue purple color. I didn't want this figure to look like that so much as just having just a little bit of a subtle overspray would have been really cool to have on this updated version. Then here's our Let There Be Carnage Venom next to our Let There Be Carnage figure. And yeah, again, I wish this had the bendy wires. They gave us bendy wires over here, which made me so happy. Just wish we'd gotten it with this figure as well. Then here's the new Venom figure next to the Venom Null 2-pack Venom figure with the wrong head sculpt on there. And I just thought to myself, wait, we have back ports on this. Are these the same exact back ports that we'd seen on this figure right here? They look like they could be, so could we put wings on this newer figure? Let's see. Damn it, how do I have an incomplete wing over here? Okay, here's a complete wing. Let's see how this goes. And it ports. Yeah, so if you want a movie Venom version with wings, you can make that happen. You could port those on there and get that going if you wish. Then here's a new Venom figure next to our Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and we have our Tom Holland final swingsuit Spider-Man. And I've heard rumors that it's actually the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man that will face this Venom. Is that right? I don't know for sure. I think that's just a rumor. And then here's the new Venom figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, there's a lot of faces around here. Jeez, making it easy for me, huh? Ha! Sure you can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it was helpful in you deciding whether or not you wanted to pick up this Target exclusive or not. If you enjoyed the video and you thought it was helpful, well, please use that thumb to hit that like button. And if you want to use your thumb to hit that subscribe button as well, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, this figure disappointed me. Just blatantly, just didn't have enough new to it. The tendrils on the back are really the newest thing, and then, you know, some subtle differences with the paint. just not enough to make me feel like this was worthy, and that older figure is just not hard enough to make, or hard enough to get a hold of to make me feel like, oh yeah, this is a justifiable re-release. It's not meant for me. You know, I've said that before. This one's not meant for me. It's meant for people that missed out on the other version, but that other version is very readily available, not hard to get a hold of, so I just don't really see the point in this, really, to be honest with you. It is an upgrade. It does look better. I will say it does look better to the next to the other version, so for that, I do like it. It's just not totally necessary for me because I wasn't really bothered by the first version. I liked the first version just fine. So, you know, for those of you who didn't like the first version just fine, you're probably going to like this more than me. This video is about my personal opinion, so that's the perspective that you're getting with the video over here, as always. And then the price is higher. This costs around $35, if I remember correctly. So at around that price point, I'm gonna give this Venom figure a SUD rating of.
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
And I still consider it an upgrade, so it is something that I could see myself picking up if discounted, but nothing that I'm very excited for. I want to know what you guys think. I will read your comments, so leave a comment down below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot, and Mercari. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.